I noticed a lot of people are having problems with the farming in the Bloonarius event, so I wanted to make a simple guide on how to at least get started with farming. As you can see, I'm throwing out Gwyn. It's not really a guide on how to ultra greed. I'm just going to place out towers and also farm at the same time without, hopefully not leaking too many lives. Obviously, this is not an ultra greed guide. Don't look at it as an ultra greed guide. I just wanted to show you that just basic farming, following a few steps, you should be able to get everything done without having to do too much extra or elaborate farming methods. As long as you aren't using an expensive hero like Churchill or Ben, you shouldn't have any problems with putting down the hero first and then doing the farms a bit later. The method that I use is a method that requires monkey knowledge. I could modify this guide a bit to work without monkey knowledge, but for now I'll focus on this monkey knowledge version of the guide. This isn't a guide on how to beat Bloonarius, by the way. This is just a guide on how to get started with farming. I notice a lot of people are trying some complex strategies and they don't really understand how other users or other guides that they saw actually got to the point that they got to with farming. And I just wanted to make a simpler method that everybody can follow along with without, complex strategies such as druids or, regrow farming or anything like that. Just something that's basic and anybody can do. So the first thing I like to do is upgrade my first farm to 200. Sometimes if it's in poppable mode, I'll stop at 100, but since this is only hard this week, I like getting 2 farms up to 200, and after that I'll go for my first bank. My main goal is to get my first bank up by round 26 at the latest. Maybe 27, but 26 is normally what I aim for. If you just put down one farm and upgrade it straight to bank, you should get it around round 22, 23. But with my method, you should get your first bank with a second farm. You'd have a 200 farm in a bank. That would be around turn 26 that you're looking at. The reason the rounds are important is knowing that when your bank is going to be full. Again, I'm trying to make a simple guide, so one of the things I want to get across is if your bank is down by round 26, you should be collecting the money on round 38, 12 rounds later. If you put your bank down on 22, you would collect the money on round 34. And again, this is a monkey knowledge bank collection, so 9,500. You would collect earlier 10 rounds instead of 12 rounds if you had no monkey knowledge, and your bank only stores up to $7,000. So if you put it down on 22, you should be collecting on 32. If you put it down on 26, you should be collecting on 36. Anyway, knowing when your bank is ready to collect makes the entire process of planning out what you're going to do a lot easier. Plus, you know how much money you'll have by a certain round. That's something to always keep in mind. Of course, you can get everything down quicker. You don't have to stick to 22 or 26. If you really wanted to, you could just not put down Gwen, leak a bunch of lives, have the Dark Monkey tank everything. Don't buy Campbell Detection for 33, just, greed it up. But that's not what I'm trying to do here. Yes, there are quicker ways to get a bank down, ways to greed harder, but that's not what I'm trying to do. You don't need all of that to get everything online and have enough money to take care of the later rounds. Now that the first bank is up, I want to get a third farm, a 200 farm going. Both the other farms, the 200 farms, will be upgraded to banks later. So my goal is to have 3 banks up at the end of everything, but I'm not going to put up the banks right away. What I'm actually going to do is go into a favored trades. The banks, I'm going to use the money from the first bank that I created to create the 2 other banks. So those 2 other banks will come up around 38-ish. And you might think, hey, that's really late because Bloonarius comes out on 40, but you'll see how I handle that later. Now that my merchantman is down, I want to get a ninja out. Ninja is how I'm going to handle the sticky bomb ninja is how I'm going to handle Bloonarius' first phase. You can go for tag zone, or you can use some other strat if you'd like to, like Spectre. But I like the sticky bomb just because of how cost efficient he is. You can actually afford tag zone. I'm placing down the ninja in the corner on the third loop because I just want more time to farm cash before I do the upgrades. Basically, I'm going to wait until my banks fill out again, so I put them down on 38, and they'll be ready by around a little bit before 50. Normally I collect a little bit before 50, but they'll be ready by 50 to collect. And at that point, I'll upgrade the ninja, and you should see how I go from there. I'm slowing down on round 48 to mention that if you want to go for a tax zone strategy instead of a sticky bomb ninja strategy, you should probably collect from the banks a bit earlier on round 49 instead of round 50. Just make sure you have enough time to get your tax zone up, your 300 or 302 village, and your 300 or 301 or 320 alchemist. However you want to do that. Since there's more things to set up with the tax zone, you want to make sure that you get everything up in time. So you collect a little bit earlier, you miss out on a little bit of money, but you don't have to worry about any possible leaks. As you can see with the money I collect on 50, I put down a boomerang monkey, I bought a fourth bank, I purchased 2 more favorite trades. I moved all of my towers are within range of the favorite trades, so the ninja is in range of the favorite trades, and the tax shooter is in the range, or the maelstrom is in the range of favorite trades, as well as the boomerang monkey. That way, when I'm done with them, I can sell them back and make a little bit extra money back. So now that I have everything down that I need to take care of the first wave of Bloonarius, I want to, start farming again. Not that I've ever stopped. I bought the 4th bank, but I want to put down the first farm, regular farm, not bank. And this one's going to be upgraded into a banana research facility, a 420 farm. I don't really like the banana plantations, the 320 farms. They take too long to pay off. They take 17 rounds to pay off, as opposed to other methods of gaining money. And I see so many people stopping on banana plantations, and then they're short on funds because they bought like 8 banana plantations and they don't have any money to make research facilities, and then they're just behind from then on. So I like to go straight into my first research facility instead of doing the midway stop on plantation as a lot of other people like to do. If you're going for a druid strategy, obviously the plantation strategy isn't too bad because you can you supplement off your income with druids, so it doesn't really matter what type of farms are around them. You can have 000 farms around them and you wouldn't really have any large income deficit because all of your money is coming from the druid ability, in which case you should be stalling out rounds as much as possible. Get a blow-up shove helicopter or anything that can stall out a round, because you want to use your ability as many times as possible if that's the main way you're going to make money. Since I am again farming, I would like to, have the rounds complete because the payouts from the farms happen on a round basis. It doesn't matter how long or short the rounds are, you get your money in the same amount of time, so you just want the rounds to finish so that you can collect your next batch of cash. Now for round 60 plus. Since we last collected on round 50, round 49 if you went for the tax zone strat, our banks will be full again on round 62 or 61 if you went for tax zone. Just keep that in mind. You want to remember 62 and or 61 to check your banks. This is the last time we'll collect from the banks, and as you can see from the druids I've placed down, that I've opted for the Avatar of Wrath strategy. Avatar of Wrath is just another really simple way of beating the second stage of Bloonarius. You can use other things. You can get a Mad, or you can get Super Brittle, Tax Zone, and Glaive Lord to take care of it. But I just like Avatar of Wrath because he's really simple. So now that 62 is up, I collect from the banks and I sell them all because I don't really need them anymore. They're simply there to fund the Avatar of Wrath and the Populus Druids that are surrounding him. So I also get, after I get the last Populus Druid, I also get the Monkey City for extra cash, as well as an Alchemist. The Monkey City is to generate a little bit of additional cash for the Populus Druids and the Avatar, as well as supplement the income from the favorite trades that happens at the end of each round. It's not really a lot of cash, but it actually does pay for itself, believe it or not. It seems kind of unlikely that it would, but with the extra sell-off value of favorite trades, everything sells for very close to what they cost. So don't be afraid to get a Monkey City or some other cash generating tower, as long as it's within range of favorite trades. I also get a camo village just as a precautionary unit. Not really needed. You have the sub still, but I like to err on the side of caution, especially when I have so much extra money. So as you can see, the Avatar of Wrath really kind of shreds through the Bloonarius, and so would a Mad, along with a Super Brittle or a Tax Zone or something. And any of those strategies are very good for taking care of Bloonarius. Again, this isn't a Bloonarius guide. You can find those out there. You can use whatever you want to. You can do Sky Shredder Micro if you are, somebody who enjoys doing that. You can use a lot of different strategies. But I just opted for Avatar of Wrath because it's a nice, easy one to go with. So as you can see, I sold off the Avatar of Wrath and all of the druids. I upgraded the Glaive to Glaive Lord, and I'm using all of the money that from the Avatar of Wrath and the druids and the village that I sold to purchase 8 banana research facilities around the Monkey City. Basically, I want to have 8 specifically because there's that's about all you really need. Now you can get more, obviously. You can get more around there. You can probably get it up to 75k if you wanted to, with overclock, as well as placing some down at the bottom or at the top of the village range. You can fit a second village in there to give it a little bit extra range. As I mentioned, you can overclock the village to give it some extra range. But I like, just having 8 banana research facilities. And by round 75, I like to collect everything. Maybe a little bit later, around 76, 77. As long as you get it down, the Monkeyopolis down before round 80, you should be good to go. Just remember, 8 is a pretty safe number. You can greed out 9, 10, 11, 12, but each additional banana research facility that you build delays your Monkeyopolis, and the longer your Monkeyopolis takes to get out, the less money you're actually going to have. So even though you're making additional money from the additional banana research facilities, you are actually losing out on the currency that you get immediately. So keep that in mind. The last thing I'm going to do in the last part of this guide really is just get a, as you can see, I bought a Monkey City to supplement Monkeyopolis. The Monkey City buffs the cash generation of all cash generating towers, which includes the Monkeyopolis. So getting a Monkey City to buff your Monkeyopolis is always nice. I'm also getting 2 banana research facilities, but that's it. One of them will be upgraded to a Banana Central, and that'll be upgraded on round 80. Maybe a little bit later, 81, but I believe I get it up by 80. The reason why you want to get Banana Central up as quickly as possible is because it generates a lot of additional income. After you get your Banana Central up, then you can buy more banana research facilities, but you're going to want to set up your defenses for 80 first. I'm going to stop my video before that because, again, this isn't a Bloonarius guide. I'm not going to really, get into how to go from there. You can do a lot of different strats. Enjoy yourself. You can try a lot of different things. You do not need Vengeful True Sun God, but with this method you will be able to afford Vengeful True Sun God. You can just go for a double Paragon if you wanted to. You can go for a lot of different strategies. I've beaten it with a number of different strategies. There are other people who've beaten it with a number of different strategies. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself to the True Sun God strat, but if you do, that is the easiest one to go with, as long as you have the money, and with this strat you should have the money. So I'm just going to end it right there. I hope that this really helped you out and made it a little bit simpler with the banking. Because again, I noticed a lot of people were having a lot of trouble figuring out how to get the early game banking down. So hopefully in future Bloonarius events, people will have a lot easier time getting their banks ready, so that they aren't, struggling in, the early 80s or even on round 60. Thank you.